So, what to do? There's kind of a usable area right here. It's not great, but it is something. I forget how fast debt falls sometimes. Okay, what are we looking at? Carbon's probably not going to be something I actually want in this game. Could found in this area as something usable. Could found in this area as something usable. This area is usable. This area is usable. Everything's just a little awkward, though. Nobody wants to found yet. That's so ridiculous to me. I could just do this and be real stupid. Actually, I could just do this and be real stupid. I'm just gonna do it, whatever.
Has been identified.
Robotic
Run
colony
colonization
founded.
build
Colony
script.
expanded.
Start manufacturing queue. New directives received and confirmed.
Alright, well, we found it as robotic. We managed to actually get online. We've got to wait for our buildings to finish before we can actually get all of our steel down, but hopefully we're kind of okay. I'm really nervous about the fact that I crammed myself in this corner. I'm kind of honestly hoping that because I'm in this corner, people kind of forget about me a little bit. That's happened before. You know, from my perspective. Like, people just kind of left me alone because I just didn't see me anywhere, so I was obviously gone. Nothing to worry about at all. It's happened, guys. Weird as that may be. I would love a goon squad, just to defend myself. So that's probably what my initial 2,000 is going to go into. And after that, we'll just have to see what happens. Aluminum is coming in, maybe a bit slowly right now, but that's okay. We can sell down steel while we wait for it. Grab the goon squad. Definitely kind of a delaying move, but not necessarily the end of the world. Grab up our round of electronics, and then I basically just sit here. I might pull out an adrenaline boost if adrenaline boosts start flying. I might purchase an adrenaline boost regardless, but... Ooh, a spy. That's interesting. That's interesting.
1,000, 10,000, 12.
I do like how apparently in these massive games, if I don't get the ball rolling immediately, nobody wants to. But it was Qubit. So now we know who PB is. PB being Asimov this game. That was a bit expensive. On the other hand, I'm a robot, so do I care? Not really. I'm also me, so I don't know how to care about debt at all. I can sell down aluminum for a while, I guess, to try and push that upgrade even faster. Asimov is Qubit. Maybe Asimov is Qubit. Oh man, guys, you're so good at figuring things out. I'm so glad you're so good at guessing who each other are that we're just throwing out random names at this point and not caring if we're right or not. It's good stuff. I'm proud of you. Could upgrade. Not upgrading just yet, very intentionally. Actually, we can upgrade. That's okay at this point. I want this. I wanted to make sure I had enough money for that in particular. Oh, man. Nope, that already got taken. These are still... That's still takeable. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab this. We're just kind of spreading out claims at this point. I do need some power. That's a bit of a concern here. Power looking a bit awkward. Just a bit awkward. I could get rid of this guy and move into power. That's kind of risky, though. But do I mind that? Taking, like, a small risk like that? I don't think I do. I am a robotic player. A high aluminum price doesn't ruin my entire day. So maybe I just put my power over there for now and call it good. Very intentionally not using the adrenaline boost just yet. Wanted it available. Did not want to have to use it immediately. Haven't really been paying attention to what everybody else is doing this game. Herbert's already in food. I knew this power has been online this whole time. I was just kind of ignoring it, honestly. Hoping that it didn't become super relevant. It kind of did, but I don't know. He's doing well. Other people not really moving into a whole lot of power, but we're still doing okay ourselves, so I'm not sure I care all that much. Do have the ability to drop an adrenaline boost. Don't think I really want to just yet. I am actually going to do this, though. I'm just going to do it. Just make that happen. That was really expensive. That's a huge delay, but it does let me kind of do this. On top of that, somebody else has already kind of boosted themselves. Maybe they'll get targeted instead. Hopefully, I'm going to be okay. That's just the hope at this point. Grab up that 30 electronics I'm going to need, and then we just kind of sit. Could grab up aluminum, but it's a bit high right now at 22. I'm just going to hope that it falls eventually.
6,000.
Clark with the lead in upgrades right now doesn't really surprise me off this power play in a 6-man game. Power plays usually work out pretty well. Excuse me, my voice is going a little nuts right now. Yeah. Pleasure Dome does have something to say for it here. Virtual reality in a 6-man game, even with 2 robots. That could get something done, but I'm nowhere near the colony, so I'm not sure if I want to commit the debt to virtual reality. It's definitely not a bad call, but it is some debt that I'd have to commit that way, and I don't know if I really want to do that. Aluminum coming down a bit. We'll buy some of that up. I don't remember exactly how much I need. 120. That makes sense. $20 might have been a bit too much to pay for that aluminum. Hopefully it'll be alright, though. And we'll just see what happens from here. Man, I'm really worried about Clark off this power play. Like, somebody kind of needed to do something about him to shut him down. I was just committing too many resources to upgrading myself to really help out in that area, I think. And now it's coming back and causing everybody problems. Because he has no debt. He is going to be very difficult to attack. I guess I'll be the one to do it. This is how I lose these games.
Improving efficiency.
It's by attacking people and then getting attacked in return. Do it all the time. I don't know why. Yep, right into a goon squad. Not useful in any way whatsoever. That's very unfortunate. Should have gone with the slowdown strike. That could have been pretty effective, actually. I do have this upgrade that I should use. Do I go into more steel? That's pretty insane. I'm going to do it anyway. And reactor. 1 claim left. Could take an extra silicon. Could take an extra water. Don't think I really want to. Maybe I just do something super dumb, like a hacker array, try and make that work. There are plenty of reactors down at this point, so those prices are going to be dropping quite rapidly. I could just go into more steel. Just more steel, more steel, more steel everywhere, but that's not necessarily a good idea. Never really checked Offworld's. Food is going well this game. I could just hit an engineering lab. We're in an FFA. Engineering labs are usable in an FFA. Maybe I'll just make that happen. There you go. Grab an adrenaline boost so I've got it stored up. Those are important. And now I sit and wait. Electronics were also an option, possibly a very, very good one long term. I chose to get the money immediately from the reactors instead, though, and then wait for the electronics. So we'll see exactly how that goes. Don't think anybody's actually in electronics just yet. So I will go ahead and buy a fair amount of them. Clark, first to HQ level 5, not surprised. Power was doing its work for him, as Power will in that 6-man game. I absolutely hate that play, but you can't question its efficiency. Its power. Grab that up, just so I've got it. You'll notice that I will frequently kind of delay myself in order to acquire these benefits early, and then try and push into them effectively later. Like getting the lab down already that I want to use, things like that. Let's just get out of these. No reason to make a not make a transition, I don't think. And we'll just go right into those electronics right now, actually. Boost on steel again for Bradbury. This is interesting. Asimov is in a patent lab, which is boosted, worth paying attention to. Silicon's doing great. Water's doing great. I still have both of those coming in. Hopefully I will be able to get to an upgrade before too long. And then really make good use of this adrenaline boost. Price is $16,000 right now. Don't really want to pay $16,000 for another one. So I am being patient with these adrenaline boosts this time. Don't really want to sell too much in the way of electronics, actually. Oh, come on! That button keeps popping up and then going away. It's like, what do you want? What do you want? Just give it to me. It's fine. Dust Storm right now encourages me kind of away from food and more into chems, I think. Which I will go ahead and drop over this way. I do want to get into something, and I think chems are acceptable. I'm leaking power, but there's a dust storm, so it's kind of to be expected. Man, steel's more expensive than I anticipated. Maybe I just do more steel again. This is kind of dumb how I have all my stuff positioned. I was worried about this at the start of this game, you might remember. Carbon, also very pricey right now. I could get into some of it, but it's all just so bad and far away. Kind of making me think that maybe I don't really want to do that, even though most of my research or most of my income does depend on it. Unfortunately. Alright. How much is this going to cost me? An awful lot. Just an awful lot is what we need to know. Yeah, the Chem Lab's really not going so well. Carbon jumped up in price way faster than I expected it to. And on top of that, that dust storm faded already. I should have just gone into food, and I didn't. And that, I think, is causing me problems right now. I'm just going to do it now. Better to go ahead and admit the mistake and start working on it than to just try and force it on through anyways. I do have an extra claim. I kind of wanted to use that here for an engineering lab. I could commit to another electronics factory. Those aren't great money right now, but I am upgrading them with any luck. Carbon comes down eventually. Wow, that went for 6,000 before I even had a chance to think about it. That's really not good. Alright, we'll see what we can do from here. Not in a good spot, not at all. But I'm trying. I'm trying to make this work. A lot of stock buying going on. Asimov mostly securing his own, which is kind of fine, I guess. And you know what? I'm just going to do this right now. Make sure I've got that done. Okay. And we can do this. I guess that's okay. Clark with a lot of cash on hand. Hacking something. Unfortunately, I am a very attackable target for whatever reason right now. My stock price is not doing well. So I do have to be watching out for that. That is not pleasant at all. I may just choose to ignore it for the moment, though, and commit to the play that I've decided on. And hope that I can get away with that, basically. It's definitely super risky, though. Definitely taking a huge risk right now and hoping that I can get away with it. I said Control Shift down. Work with me, game. Come on. I gotta be able to defend myself right here and now. Bradbury is already in an Offworld, or at least started one. This is an Offworld, it looks like. This might also be an Offworld. Not too many spies purchased this game, but some certainly have been. Gotta get those turned back on. Upgrading steel production, I think, is acceptable right now. We are just gonna have to see what happens. Let's see, this guy is good to go. Do I have the money? I think I do. Yes, I did. Okay. Maybe I'm alright. Maybe. Not entirely sure, honestly. We will see what happens, though. Steel, kind of doing weird things. Food is awful. Gotta get that shut down. Electronics, I've still got upgraded to some degree. Unfortunately, steel didn't go as well as I was hoping. And not having access to that carbon is proving quite painful for my production.
Look at all the money.
Grab another one of those. Just keep going. Hopefully I'll be okay. But I am in a bit of a weird spot right now. I did not secure many resources this game. Instead, choosing to get production buildings down and things like that. So I have left myself in a bit of a weird spot. Carbon scrubbing would have helped, but it wouldn't have fixed everything on its own. 316. Okay. Actually, I really should probably just do something really stupid here. Really stupid, I think, is the direction we're going to go. I don't know if this is actually worthwhile, but it's only 10,000 debt, and long term, I think it might make a bit of a difference. If power goes a little too nuts, it helps insulate me from that. I'm just going for it, guys. I'm just going all in here. I'm still super worried about Clark and the sheer ridiculous amount of cash he has, though. I mean, that's absolutely insane. Don't know if I really want to get into a fight with him about it, either. Because look at just how much money he's got sitting around. It's crazy. Do I really want to fight that? I don't think so. Aluminum's doing pretty good. Power is still kind of awkward. Clark is in 2 Offworlds also, which might be a good reason to attack him. And just go for it anyway. Make sure. Come on, work with me here. I'm just going to keep going like this, unless somebody stops me, quite frankly. Bradbury also kind of in a good spot, kind of in a scary spot. Hopefully we'll be alright. I do want to keep using this thing to keep getting research done. We can research food, turn food back on, actually pay attention to what's happening in this game. Worried about power. Iron's a little awkwardly low. Maybe we get into a little more power to secure some debt. That might let me also transition a little bit better into some aluminum. And then I'm just going to keep buying stock of these valuable players right now because I am completely defended, and maybe I can actually get away with this.
Look at all the money.
Odd as that may be.
Offworld
This is what I'm talking about, being in this corner. People just didn't really know what was going on with me, is what it feels like this game. They didn't know what was happening. They didn't do anything about it. I would love to get this guy into an engineering lab at this point, so I can make good use of that. 378 is the goal to bring down Bradbury, who does have a fair amount of cash on hand, way more than Clark. He is in at least one off-world, possibly two, so I think that's going to be a good call long-term to try and make happen. Worried about the sheer amount of chems I'm spending on these labs, unfortunately. Carbon is thankfully kind of on the way down, so maybe I'll be okay anyway long-term. We'll just have to see what happens. Did not want to see that iron short in any way. Was not what I was looking for, and let's just keep going. Worst timing possible for that adrenaline boost, because other people might spot it and attack me for it. We'll just have to see what happens. Superconductor would be okay. I'm going to go ahead and transition into these instead of power. Man, my debt got a little crazy, didn't it? 120,000 has already put me down at that C level. I did not think I'd be down at a C level with 120,000 debt. I am going for that anyway. Like, that's just how I work. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I like having stuff. Kind of important to me. And I'm hoping that these boosts, like being so aggressive and double boosting off-worlds, will pay out. That's just the hope right now. Turn those back on for the moment. Excuse me. Man, not doing so hot. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We are making money, no question about that, even with the high food price. We're making money.
Look at all the money.
Let's just keep going with that, but I think it is time to... Oh no, there's a surplus coming. Okay, hold on. Cancel those, sell out of the surplus. Okay, I have to start one, just to keep it going. Okay, and a steel short. That's a little bit more okay for us. That's the kind of thing we like to see right now. Superconductor paying out pretty well. Got to keep these upgrades rolling out. I could upgrade fuel. That's kind of silly right now, the spot that fuel's in. 430 is what I require to finish off Bradbury, which definitely has to be the move that I make. I'm not playing around with prices. I'm not doing anything crazy. I might need to stop the engineering lab upgrades for a moment in order to make sure this happens. Could potentially stop the launches for a little while, but I don't know if that's exactly the right move to make until this one's over. Okay, there's the slowdown strike. Got it done. Got the first buy onto roller. That gives me 4 off-worlds available. Let's get those started and rolling as fast as we can. You can kind of see they're having trouble getting all these launches started. Okay, that's 3 of them started. Just 1 more to go. Hopefully our food production and all of our upgrades kind of pay out. Unfortunately, it looks like my off-worlds... Are they not getting stolen from me? Something got stolen from me. It was a water pump. Well, I don't really care about that all that much. I'm just going to keep going with what I've got for now. And let's see. The steel, even with all these upgrades, I imagine is off full. Could upgrade some water production. I do have a fair amount of that available. Oh man, Clark has a lot of cash on hand, and where is he getting all that from? This power is definitely going to be a big deal for where he's getting a lot of that cash from. I'm just going to, you know what, do that. Don't care who has them right now. Clark did get to a purchase on somebody else, so maybe I don't need to worry about that right away. I just need to keep plugging forward with all the stuff that I've got already. Electronics looking a bit better. Steel still kind of awkward. Iron is good. I do have 4 of that a second from this territory, which is nice. I do need to transition some of this steel away into something else. I think we're just going to get into the glass right here, make that work. I'm going to keep plugging away on food for the time being. I think that's all right for the most part. Engineering labs, what are you up to? Water and food, that should be fine. Could go a little more. Oh yeah, fuel is what we really wanted to be doing before too long. Maybe just water and fuel for the next round of engineering lab upgrades. Hopefully that'll help out. My debt is still absolutely insane. I'm amazed that I am not in the D rating so far this game anywhere. Frozen on my power. That is going to hurt. We need to get into more power right now, I think. Gonna go ahead and make that happen so debt doesn't flat out kill me. I need 772 to take down Clark. I need 478 to take down Asimov. What are we looking at in terms of this? Asimov has a lot of patents under his belt. I don't know if he still has that patent lab up. I find it unlikely. It would be nice to just be able to buy a patent lab. Probably not going to happen, unfortunately. Asimov has a lot of cash. Niven has more. And Clark pretty similar as well up there. Getting hit everywhere right now should be expected, because I am kind of in a solid position, to be honest. Like, it's pretty darn good for me right now, to be fair. Water production helping out just a bit. Hopefully we can get more of that done. Get more of this researched. Man, food's not going very well for me at all. These launches, I hope, are still accurate. I didn't spot anything that was good besides food, from what I remember. Could just go ahead and make a purchase right now. I actually like that idea because it'll help me pay down debt. That was Qubit. Interesting. I thought that was PB, probably. Superconductor combined with all this power could be very helpful. All these chem labs should make me a lot of money. There's a food shortage going on right now, which I'm not going to really benefit from too much. Let's see. I have more labs that I can utilize here. Maybe I just should go kind of nuts with them. And these reactors are also going to be brilliant for making all kinds of money. I think I'm in a spot where I need to be paying down debt because I want to force a long game. I think I've got an advantage overall. If I just keep doing that, we're going to keep attacking the Offworlds, shutting those down, trying to keep ours online, and hopefully we're going to be okay. I got to worry about steel, but thankfully we can just turn it back on, so that's okay. The glass isn't great. Could transition into more reactors very easily. Could also just transition into steel and then reactors, because steel's a bit expensive right now, but iron isn't. So that should be all right. 924 to finish it off. We're currently at 207. He is at more money than us, but it is going to cost him more to finish this game than it costs us. Hopefully, we're going to pull it on through. I should investigate. I've checked out all my territory. I haven't looked too much at his territory. He's got a lot of water. That's not doing a whole lot. These reactors are definitely a big deal. Those are going to be making money. Just hand over fist right now. Keep these upgrades rolling in. Let's see, what would actually be beneficial from what I'm already making? Maybe just another steel upgrade could be pretty huge. I definitely like the idea of that, at least. Okay. Make sure, I've just still got that one water pump. I guess we can just leave that online. Up to 600,000. He's currently below me in cash. It's exactly where I want to be. Just keep pressing on through. And it looks like our stupid gambles in the six-man game are actually going to end up paying off. Hiding in that corner. We just never got attacked for so long, guys. And I think that made a pretty big difference. 600 off those, 300 off these. Yeah, 300 off these as well. We're just about there. Not a whole lot he can do to stop this from coming. That's going to be GG. PB head with the power plays that game. Did I overbuild power, though? I mean, Qubit overbuilt power, I think. Maybe I did build power with these. But I didn't build any of these, so I just bought them. And I was kind of okay with that. Alright. We got lucky. I mean, let's be honest. This was the entire game for us right here. It was just a basic, I'm going to get these goons, and because I'm slowing myself down, I'm not going to get attacked. And because I'm hiding in the corner, I'm not going to get attacked. Yeah, exactly. Qubit had nanotech. He was fine overbuilding. I agree, Qubit. I was just saying I didn't build those. And then I just popped into the Offworlds, and nobody shut them down. I dropped, like, what, 3 or 4 adrenaline boosts on those? It's such a dumb thing that you can do. And yeah, that made the entire game. That was just the entire game. The fact that I had 2 Offworlds that at worst had slowdown strikes dropped on them and were adrenaline boosted so many times. How many adrenaline boosts did I buy that game? I bought 4. And I think 3 of those went onto the Offworld markets. And then like 1 of them went on steel early. No adrenaline boost for blues. None for Pop Your Socks. 1 for PB. 3 for Roller, who's who I took down because he was actually kind of scary that game, and then 1 for Qubit early. And that was it. Yeah, adrenaline boosts with goon squads and Offworlds are the dumbest thing ever. Actually, the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, PB, here's the thing. Holograms in 6-man games actually are pretty effective. Because a lot of people won't spot them quickly. It is fair to say that my Offworlds were hologrammed goon squadded. So maybe people didn't spot out immediately exactly what was going on there.